24/7 takes place shortly after Spider-Man's return from the Macroverse, where he stayed longer than expected because Reed Richards did some calculations incorrectly. Mainly because the writers did them incorrectly. Because in case you haven't noticed, Marvel editorial isn't really watching all that closely anymore. Spidey accidentally spends 2 months away in the Macroverse, and when he returns, he learns that J. Jonah Jameson is now the mayor of New York City, and has even created ASS, the Anti-Spider Squad, a SWAT task force solely dedicated to hunting down Spider-Man so they can arrest him. Or kill him. Whatever it is they do to Spider-Man these days. In a knee-jerk reaction, Spidey decides the most obvious solution is to irk Jameson even more by being Spider-Man 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, putting himself so openly in the public eye that he can't help but be seen. And it works for the most part. The citizens of New York come to love Spider-Man, even helping him avoid the Anti-Spider Squad at one point. But the appearance of a new Vulture creates even more chaos, as an exhausted Spider-Man is beaten and nearly blinded. There's a third act comeback by Spider-Man, but it comes at the expense of the adoration of New York City, who are back to hating him by arc's end. 24/7's a decent filler story, but let's not make any bones about it. That's exactly what this is. It's a filler story, just killing some time before American Son starts next week. The story has its flaws and shortcomings, but there's nothing that can really hinder you from enjoying the story. It's nice to see Aunt May starting a relationship with J. Jonah Jameson Sr., but his sudden marriage proposal towards the end makes him a likely candidate to get fridged soon. And the new Vulture, another attempt at creating new villains for Spider-Man to fight, doesn't do anything unique or have an interesting shtick to make him worthwhile. And the subplot of New Yorkers starting to like Spider-Man reaches a somewhat confusing conclusion as they grow to hate him again because his fight with Vulture wrecked their baseball game. The story ends with Spider-Man admitting that his anger at Jameson is misguided, and he's just frustrated that he's never had a real victory over Norman Osborn, now the leader of the free world thanks to a rather bizarre jump in logic. It's a good point from Spidey, considering that Osborn, who's been killed, imprisoned, and publicly unmasked, is now not only in charge of everything, but most people don't even believe he was ever the Green Goblin. It's been a pretty big letdown for Spidey, and it's something they're probably going to deal with more in the next arc. All in all, 24/7's been a fun arc, but the good definitely outweigh the bad. I know I'm in the minority, but I've really enjoyed the Brand New Day Spider-Man. This isn't as good as some of the Brand New Day arcs have been, but it's definitely not the worst one so far. Give this one a look when it's out in trade, and be sure to give Spidey a chance if you haven't lately. The book's actually a lot of fun if you can look past the whole deal with the devil thing.
He arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward.